Mhm. So, welcome everyone to this presentation of our master's program Interactive Media. Welcome especially to our guest from Belgium. Hope you had a nice trip and a lovely day yesterday. My name is Rimmer Sommer. I'm the coordinator of this program and I will tell you a little bit about it. Interactive Media, let's start with the main topics of this program before we start delving deeper into the topics. We focus on the area of games, of UX and interaction, web online and data journalism. So it's quite a broad range of topics that we cover in our program. But let's see the context of this program. We have a department of digital media where there are 2 bachelor programs and 2 master programs. The bachelor programs are media technology and design and digital arts. And the subsequent masters are again digital arts called and interactive media on the following up the media technology and design bachelor. The department, we share staff in all the programs. And you see as the digital arts courses, they concentrate on animation, post-production, experimental media, audio-video design, and game design. In MTD and interactive media, we focus more on the technical side with game development, web technologies, user experience, interaction, techniques, physical computing, and visual computing. But we work together, and especially in the area of games, of course, we overlap, and you will see this reflected also in the curriculum of interactive media, and with this context you will fully understand what the courses mean partly. So we cover a broad range of topics, as this tag cloud shows you, all ranged around human-computer interaction, game programming, digital publishing. You see we have topics about game, we have of course artificial intelligence, large language models, distributed systems and much more that we cover in our program. But maybe it is of interest to you what happens after the courses, what can you do when you are finished, and so I have some highlights of our alumni that I would like to present you. Theo Babic is now a UX designer at BMW. We have a research lab that I will also talk later about it, and you will also visit it later on, that cooperates with the industry, and he also was involved in a project together with BMW, and this led to this that he's now working there in Munich in their research area about the new UX designs of BMW cars. But we also, as my colleague told you before, have the possibility for you, if you want to continue with a PhD and follow the academic path. And so, for example, Alex Sion is now a professor in Pittsburgh at the Carnegie Mellon University. Stefan Wasserbauer, another alumni of ours, is here in Upper Austria at Dynatrace, that's a big company here, and works as mixed reality captain. Christine Altlanger-Winter, she is country director of Google Austria and now also Switzerland, it's the broader area. She also did our program here and managed to do her duties there with Google and come up right to the top there. Daniel Leitinger took the academic route, and he's professor at the University of Colorado. So you see there are a lot of different types of jobs you can do after you finish EM, and as the broad range of topics that we have, also the possibilities for you to work afterwards are really broad, and we have a lot of success stories here. Just some facts about interactive media. It's a Master of Science in Engineering with a duration of 4 semesters, 2 years, the standard 120 ECTS. Every year we have 24 seats to fill, and it's a full-time study. Prerequisites, even if I showed you that it is subsequential to MTD, of course, a lot of our students come from other institutions, not only from our own institution, and necessary is a bachelor's degree in related areas, media technology, media informatics, computer science, or software engineering with IT-related elements with at least 60 ECTS, and good proficiency in English, because interactive media is taught in English, as you might know. I didn't mention it yet. So let's have a look at the curriculum in detail. You see the 4 years here. We have a small number of core courses. Then every year we have 2 elective courses out of this pool of elective courses. We have the first 3 semesters, each semester a semester project, which takes a third of the whole semester. And in the 4th semester, of course, there is time for writing your master's thesis. I begin with the core courses. Human-computer interaction and artificial intelligence in the 1st semester. I think the names are familiar to you coming from PXL. They give an overview, and everyone coming also from the outside to get a common understanding. Then in the 2nd semester, there's information visualization and software design methods as core courses. And in the 3rd semester, we have the research procedures and methods. This course is parallel to the thesis project and the master's thesis part, because the thesis project in the 3rd semester already is part of the master's thesis process. So every master's thesis that you write in our program is based on the results of a thesis project. And in this course, we will help you find the topic, help you with research. At the end of the semester, we will do a small conference where you upload your paper and review each other's paper, so you also see how the workflow in the scientific community is going on. Yeah, and that's the 3rd semester. And in the 4th semester, there is only, as core course, your duty to write your master's thesis. But then let's switch to the electives. And here you see reflected a little bit the 4 lanes that I presented before. We have courses in the area of games. We have, I think the laser pointer is dead. I take the analog version. So this is the UX interactive track, let's say. Then this is our games track. This is the online media track. And here we have this data journalism and 2 extra courses I will present soon. But let's start up here. Real-time graphics is an in-depth look at computer graphics, shaders, and all of this. In visual computing, you take a picture and work with it, try to find patterns in it, of course, with a lot of AI techniques in the meantime. User interfaces is a continuation, you could say, of HCI course, but with interfaces, not only the traditional ones with screen and mouse and so on, but maybe with audio input, audio output, touch and gestures and so on. And pervasive computing, here the topics is Internet of Things, distributed small devices, how you can build your applications there. Then we have our games track. advanced game design, and those courses marked with the footnote, they are shared with our sister program Digital Arts Master that I showed you before. So people from there join our courses, or our people join their courses, and here we come together and write or use a game engine to create a game together with them. In real-time engineering, you take a game engine, but not typically to write a game, but for simulation or creating installations. One result of this course you can visit over there. Then they created a fishing simulator with VR and a device that will move around in the room to simulate the fishing movement, so you can really feel the rod. Spatial computing, all things having to do with space. So motion tracking, also virtual reality, augmented reality, drones, and all those topics are presented here. And game spaces is the course of digital arts that our students can visit. It's if you take the games into this context of spaces. Then we have our online track, Hypermedia UX Engineering, has a look, an in-depth look at the client side of things, at the front-end side. Typically, we have lecturers from the industry coming in and doing small projects with the state-of-the-art and current technologies and workflows. Hypermedia Frameworks looks at the back-end side of things. Intelligent media application of large language model, how ChatGPT works, and this kind of topics are done here. And big data is a course if the amount of data grows, how can you store it in databases, how can you manage it, how can you visualize it if everything scales up in a big way. Then we have our two special topics. Those are placeholders for topics and lectures that might change over time if we have some guest lecturer or if new topics arise. Right now, it is designed for physical prototyping, so you take Arduino boards and try to create your own applications. And reinforcement learning is now the second course. And those two courses here, those are the data journalism courses. Here we work together with local news agencies, and that's why I'm afraid those courses are the only ones that are only in German, because we work together with them, and the topic is German articles, and that's why they are only in German, but they needed people who can visualize their data and who can work with them. And we have all the foundations needed, what they wanted, only the workflow in those areas are taught here, what is fact-checking and all those stuff. Okay, and so every semester you have to choose 2 of those electives, but you don't have to follow up the whole tracks, but you can choose and match whatever you like of the 4 possibilities. Okay, so that's the curriculum. Let's see some project examples, and of course today in the upper levels you can see lots of more and you can test them yourselves. Here should be some video. The image time machine, as you can see, people could upload a current image and it was transferred to a history setting. There were some really nice results they could gain with the help of artificial intelligence, of course, stable diffusion. Here data was collected, open data from meteorology stations, and collected and visualized and can track the changes of the climate data over the years. That's the mold printer. It's an application, as you can see, a physical application dipping mold into those plates, and then images grow from it. Also quite fun. Here, with help of AI, style guides get generated. You input your needs, and it will come up with logo, with images, and so on. And then, of course, we have a lot of game projects to show. Here, a co-located game, a VR game. Here, a game where gaze interaction is used, so you can interact by looking at items on the screen. As you can see here, choosing something. This VR application simulated weight, so there was also some physical part to it. When you lift it up, that you really feel that it is heavy, or how heavy it is and how this changes. Then we have some projects going on with touch, and you will also visit the Digital Media Lab later on, where you can see this project. Or we had this automation of live multi-camera editing in video productions, where you have multiple cameras. The speaker is detected, and then it switches to the right screen. So just some examples from the past. But as I already said, you will see lots more of them in the upper levels. You can play some of the games, you can see some of the installations. And right over there is the fishing simulator that you also can test. I already mentioned our research lab, the Digital Media Lab. A lot of our projects arise from partnerships with the industry or from research projects that are done there. You are also welcome, if you study here, to work together with us, to get employed there. And our Digital Media Labs has some focus topics, for example, games and playful experiences. We have the large language model applications, as you also have seen some examples before. We have this material-based interaction, UX research in general, and visual computing. There is also a nice project going on where drones are taking images of woods and looking for the deers down there, for counting deers, and working together with people caring about those lot. Okay, so if you come study with us, what you can expect is really substantial coursework. As I have shown you, the courses are mainly in English, also all the administration. We have the project from the very beginning, taking a big part of the semester. We have small groups and intense advisorship. You can get involved in teaching, so we're always looking for teaching assistants, especially for our bachelor's programs, and also you can get involved in research projects. And maybe from this research project, sometimes also PhD studies can evolve. What we do expect is creativity. We really need solid IT skills, so you should be able to program and have interest in programming. You should be interested in details, have an open mind, and be ready for full-time study. Even if part-time jobs are necessary, are possible, not necessary, but possible, preferable in our research labs. Okay, so the details for the application, the deadline is May 31st. This would be the URL. We have a prerequisite sheet installed, so you need to describe the courses that you already did. I told you about the 60 ECTS IT-related courses. Then we would ask you to self-assess your English knowledge and to tell us about pre-existing experiences and projects in IM topic fields, if you already worked with a web agency, or if you also maybe created a game or had some experiences in computer graphics and so on. And with every applicant, we will also do a remote interview. Okay, so that's it from my side. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we can also meet up there and talk in a more relaxed environment. maybe meet you at the projects. And yeah, thank you for coming here and thank you for your attention.